Now, let's begin with our first, and from the drawing, the first opening remarks will come from Dennis Lamare. Dennis lives in Lee, and he is running for Congress in District 2. He is an independent insurance agent, and tonight we'll have Dennis's opening statements for District 2 Congress.
Thank you. Good evening. It's great to be here. I've been told that the essence of public speaking is to be brief, be funny, and be gone, so thank you. What I'm going to talk about today and tonight is that America is in trouble. It's not from what's going on outside of America that's the problem, it's what's going on here inside. And most specifically is in Washington, D.C. The number one thing that we have to get rid of and take care of is the Oval Office. We have to vote the president out of office and put somebody in there that will respect the Constitution. One that will hold true to the Constitution, not say, well, if Congress isn't going to act, I'm just going to do what I want to do and get away with it. So that's the first thing that we have to do. We have to make sure that we remove the president by voting. The second thing that's our biggest threat is Congress. Congress is passing laws that are unconstitutional. They're passing laws that deprive us of our freedoms. They pass laws that overspend. Let's just put it that way. They're putting us into financial disaster. And our incumbents are part of that problem. They're not part of the solution. The one that I'm running against, Congressman Bass, has been elected to office 6 times. And he's voted 5 times to raise the debt ceiling. And he's out there saying, I'm for less government, I'm for less spending, I'm for less taxes. In every one of those areas, he's failed. On the spending, I just told you he's raised the debt ceiling 5 times. That, in essence, raises our taxes. On more government, that he says he wants less of, he wanted to make the Patriot Act, which expanded the powers of government, which expanded the number of employees that the government has. He wanted to make that permanent. The Patriot Act is one of the most disastrous, unpatriotic acts that's come down the road because it deprives us of our 4th Amendment rights. I'm all for the Constitution. I want it to be upheld and obeyed. The incumbents have also voted to deprive you of your First Amendment rights, your 4th, 5th, and 6th Amendment rights by the bills that they passed. The NDAA, there's an anti-protest act out there that they voted for in a majority. They're depriving us of our rights. The only way that our rights can be changed is through a constitutional amendment process. But they're passing laws and they're getting away with it. And we have to stop that. When I go to Congress, my pledge to you is that I will uphold that Constitution. When I raise my hand and say I pledge to protect the Constitution from all enemies, foreign and domestic, we have to look out for the domestics. But we also have to look out for the foreign. But I'm just telling you that when I raise my hand, and when I lower my hand, I'm not going to forget the Constitution, because that's what happens. When they lower their hand, they forget about it. We need to get back to the Constitution. We need to get back to what is right. If we lose our rights, we lose everything. And we have to band together, not just as an individual going to Washington, but as residents of New Hampshire, to go down to Washington together in force and tell them enough is enough. We're sick of it and we're not going to put up with it anymore. I'm going to go down there, and most likely a lot of my vote's going to be no. Because in every appropriation bill, have you heard of Agenda 21?
Yes. Yeah.
In almost every appropriation bill is money to support Agenda 21. So most likely I will vote no on the appropriation bills until they take those parts out of it. If they pass, it's not because my signature's on it or my vote is on it. Every day I get comments and support from up and down the state on the western side where I'm a candidate. People are saying, we need somebody down in Washington that can give us hope for what America should be, which is for freedom, for rights, and for individual responsibility. They're looking for that person, and they have found it. I am that person. I am the one that's going to go down there and protect you, and protect you, and protect you. Because that's why we're down there, to defend our rights. Okay, my time is up. But I just want to say, we can go down together. If we join together and we fight together, we can have America back together. Thank you.
GrokTV.